put up 50 points and you're really happy with that side of the ball. I know you wanted to tighten some things up defensively, but as a total effort, how would you characterize Saturday's win?
Well, it was a really good win. I mean, going on the road, having the rain delay, and then going through some of the things we had to go through as far as just adversity, especially defensively, being put in some tough situations, and then our offense being able to respond. So collectively as a team, I was really happy.
All right, so ETSU this weekend, that's a completely different kind of test for your defense. They will probably think run first. It's going to be a very physical game. We saw their performance against Furman and some of their other games. What do you expect as far as that challenge in the trenches?
Well, I think, that's exactly what their game plan is going to be. I think they do a really nice job on defense, and I think they do a really nice job on offense trying to, create seams and create extra gaps either inside or outside. So we're going to have a huge challenge for ourselves on both sides of the ball, both the O-line and the D-line, and then obviously our linebackers being able to fit the runs. So it's going to be physical. It's going to be that type of style and that type of brand, if you like that. And, it's going to be every inch is going to be earned for sure.
I know a couple of weeks ago you said the goal was to be 2-2 by the end of September, and you've done that. Do you state a goal now for October, or are we back to let's win this week?
Well, we got to get to 1-0 by the bye week, and then I kind of take it in months. So we got the month of October coming up, but it's 1-0 now. Everybody's back is against the wall in this conference. I mean, you better bring it every single week. We all know that. We all understand that. And just really good football being played. And any team can beat you at any point in time, and you better prepare the right way, and you better be ready to go on Saturday or you're going to get cut.
Your young defense has come on, especially in the defensive line areas. The corners obviously were young. The progression of the defense from a month ago to now, how do you feel about that?
I'm excited about kind of where we're progressing, and we're not that far off to being even better than what we've shown the last few weeks. I mean, we've got some young guys that are stepping up and continuing to have a high level of production, but a lot of that's just being able to play more football. And I think the more that they play, the better they're going to get, especially with some of those young guys. But you see some of our young talent and some of the guys that we've brought in, and then some of the guys that haven't had an opportunity to play. So I like their development. We have some things that we got to clean up from last week that's not good enough, and the standard that the older guys on defense play with, they know it's not good enough.
Final question. There are some teams in the conference getting some national attention. Obviously, you went through pretty much every week your first year as a coach, being ranked and getting a lot of attention. Is it nice to fly under the radar a little bit? Do you kind of feel like, hey, if we just kind of take care of business right now, at the end of the season, they'll know who we are?
Yeah, no, I think that's I think that's okay. That's a decent spot to be to. I mean, we would prefer to be at the top. That's kind of what. I mean, that's just kind of what we want to be. We want to be the best, identified as one of the best in the country. But we're good with where we're at. I mean, we've earned kind of where we're at right now, whether you like to say that or not. But we've got a long way to go, and our guys believe that we can get there, and I think our coaches believe we can get there, and it's just going to continue to just take one game at a time.
All right. Thank you, man. When you have to deal with, obviously, a new snapper this year with Conklin, and, Miller's pretty consistent as a holder, but anytime a piece of the puzzle gets changed, it probably is a little unnerving at first. How has that progression gone this year with the new long snapper?
It is. I wish I had Ross all 3 years. That would have been great, but Colin's done really well. I think he knew he had big shoes to fill, and there was a lot of pressure. Obviously, when you go from practice to game, it can be a little different, but he's done really well. I'm really proud of him, and I think for him it's just a consistency thing, just keeping it game by game, but he's done great. You can't ask for more than what he's done.
I'm very nervous asking this next question, but the streak, the PAT streak, hey, it's a great accomplishment, and we're going to talk about it because not many guys have done what you have done. Do you ever get nervous talking about it because you're afraid either I'm going to jinx you or you're going to jinx it or someone's going to mess something up rather than just going out there and letting you kick?
A little bit, but that's the kind of life we live as kickers. We got to go out there and do our job, and I think there's pressure on every kick, whether it's PAT or a game-winning field goal. That's my job to go out there and make it, and I got to get it done. And but yeah, I got a lot of trust in the unit. I've had guys like Justice and Nick Harris on there since 2017, and Miller, same thing, and they know how to do their jobs, and I know how to do mine, and usually we do really well.
All right, final question. This kind of goes past special teams. It's more of a team-wide thing. You guys started off 0-2, and a lot of people were taking shots at you. Now you're 2-2 and getting back to where you guys need to be as a team. What would this win over ETSU mean team-wise?
Obviously, it's huge, especially heading into a bye week. Any conference game at this point is a must-win for us, and we know that. I think if we can somehow win this game, I think we'll definitely have a lot of confidence heading into the rest of the season. They're a great team, and anytime you go on the road, especially in this conference, it's a huge. And if we can somehow get it done, I think we'll definitely be a good morale boost.
The offensive effort was impressive, and you guys really seem to be rounding into form as an offense. How good a feeling is that, considering the way the season started?
Yeah, we started out really strong this past game. I think it's just a testament to what we did during the week and what we've done the past weeks. Just work hard each day, try to get better each day, each week, and then just execute the game plan.
Experience matters, doesn't it? You're a senior. You've got experienced offensive linemen. You've got an experienced quarterback, and Joe's making great decisions. Do we sometimes overlook the importance of experience in a system like this?
Not really. I mean, I know it's really important because after the first two games, we're old enough to realize everything we want is still out in front of us, and everyone just settled down, and we kept everybody with a good head on their shoulders and just letting everybody know that everything we want is still there. So just keep doing our thing, keep working hard, and then we'll get after it.
On the flip side, you got a lot of young guys out there, especially in the backfield. Do they look up to you as like, oh, man, you're so old, you've been in the system? I mean, do you take a little bit of a leadership or mentor role with some of these young kids?
Definitely, because when I was a freshman, I was looking up to older guys like Lorenzo, Will Gay, like all those type of guys, and Lennox was huge too. So it's only right for us to look down and help the younger guys out.
What kind of challenge is this going to be? I know it's early in the week, but ETSU, their defense is stacked. They've got some really good players, and you've had a lot of experience playing against their defensive system. What sort of challenge do you expect on Saturday?
ETSU is always a really, really good team. So we know going in it's going to be a tough game, but every game is important. So we're just going to prepare and then execute what the coaches have for us.
Finally, your challenge after the injury last year was something that we haven't really talked about that much. Kind of take me through the highs and the lows and the rehab and everything you went to, and to what extent are you back to 100% now?
Well, the first that was against ETSU last year actually, which is crazy, but any injury is going to be tough no matter what it is, especially when you sit out for so long. But I had so many people help me out on the team, coaching staff, trainers, everybody was just helping me get back to where I am. And at the end of the season, I just kind of took in the role of helping everybody out that was behind me, helping everybody in the backfield, offensive side, just kind of being a side coach, like a team player kind of guy. And that really helped me a lot. I was still with the team a lot, traveling, doing everything like I would normal, just not playing. So I like that role too.